Here's the second part of your post-plant molly lineups for Kayo on every single map. There are other spots besides the default plant where it's ideal to plant the bomb, so here's another 30 lineups you should learn to delay the bomb plants or defuses. Timestamps are below so you can skip to whatever map you like and any site you are interested in. Let's get started. Starting at Ascent at A main, put yourself in this corner. We are using your UI and you're going to put the pointy end of that UI right here and toss. That grenade is going to land right in front of double right here. Now if you're playing at cat, move all the way here until you don't see this arches right over here. Now we are just using your crosshair, put it at the dot right over here, move it to the right until it lines with this corner, and then keep it and throw. Again at the same spot, it will land right in front of double. Take time to practice this one at CT. Stand on this wall. We are first using your crosshair, find this cloud and lift it all the way up until we use the UI of your ultimate icon, and the middle of that icon lines up with this bar right here. Just throw right after. That is going to land exactly again right on front of the double box. For B main, go against this wall right here, move to the left until you see the tip of this boat. We're using your crosshair and you're going to put it right over here and lift it all the way up until you hit this curve. Just toss it. That's going to land on the corner of the plant right over here. Now if you're playing market, go right here on the entrance of market, put your crosshair right here on the brick and just toss. That's going to land on the corner of B site right here. Now at CT, go in this wall, move to the right until you don't see this wall right over here. You're going to put your crosshair right in here aligned with this line, toss. That's going to land on the corner of the site right here. In bind, right in front of showers, press yourself against this wall. You're going to move forward until you don't see these roof corners anymore. Move forward. Now we are using UI for the rest of the way. Find this area right over here and you're going to lower it all the way down until you hit the window right here. Just toss it. This lineup is going to land exactly in front of the triple default plant. Now for A short, you're going to go right here in front of this box. We are using your crosshair. You're going to first put it at this tip of this leaf. You're going to lift it up until you hit the middle of this other leaf. Toss it, and this is going to land again in the triple default plant right over here. For B side, when you're in Hookah, push yourself against the back of the wall. Now we're going to line this edge with this edge of the window, so move to the right until you can. Now we are using your UI for the lineup. Follow it as I go. Put it first here, right in the middle. Now you're going to lift it all the way up right over here on the roof and jump and toss. Now this lineup is going to land on the right side of the default plant. So instead of right here, it's going to be right here for some reason. Now for B long, press yourself against the corner right here. We are using your UI again. First put it right here and then you're going to leave it to the left just in the middle of this edge and this edge. Put it in the middle, toss. That lineup is going to land exactly again on the right side of the default plant right here. Put yourself on this wall on elbow. Now you're going to move to the left until you see only one panel like this. Now you're going to run yourself up with this vertical line, lift it as high as right over here as I am lining it up. Vertical wall, lift it as high as where I'm lining it up, and toss. That's going to land again on the right side of the default plant right here. Now for breeze at A main, just outside the cave, put yourself in this corner, jump on top of this rock, and we are using your UI. Now follow how I line it up, using this vertical orange line, putting it right over here, using your UI, jump and toss. Now this lineup is going to land exactly in the middle of both pyramids, right in the open. Now for mid doors, you're going to line yourself up with this line right over here, press yourself on the wall. We are using your crosshair. Put yourself right here and follow my lineup until you hit the leaves. Jump and toss. This lineup is going to land again right in the middle of both pyramids right up front right here. Now if you find yourself in CT, press yourself against this wall and you're going to move to the left until you see this rectangle. You're going to lift it all the way up as I line it up this way. Now all you're going to do is move forward until you hit the wall. It's going to bounce to the left, right, and then the middle of both pyramids in the open. Find yourself at elbow by B side and you plant it open. We are using your UI. Find this line and you're going to line it up the way that I am lining it up as I'm showing you now. Use this vertical line, line it up, jump, and toss. Now this lineup is going to land exactly in front of the pillar right over here. Now this one's going to take a lot of practice, but go right over here in the corner of B main. You're using your crosshair, finding this dot and moving it just a little bit to the right and then moving it up in the middle of this rectangle on the box. Jump and toss. And it's going to land exactly right in front of the pillar on the open right over here. Now for Haven on A long, you're going to go on this wall. We are using your UI. Find this dot of a pixel of a leaf, move it to the right until you line it up the way that I am, and you're just going to jump and toss. That should land on the plant spot right in the open just below Heaven in this corner. Now for A link, put yourself in this corner of the box right here. We are again using your UI. Line it up right here, and you're going to lift it up right in the middle of this wood. Just toss it. That's going to land again in the open plant spot just below Heaven on the right side. There's nothing too crazy for this B lineup. You're going to just move to the left right against the wall of B mid. Move to the left until you don't see this wall anymore, and when you're ready, you're going to move to the right to see the third square. Toss it, and that's going to line up to hit right in front of the site. Now for C in front of garage, you're going to stand right in front of the shield, move in this spot right over here. We're using your UI, and you're going to line it up right here in this vertical line the way that I am. Lift it all the way up until you hit this wood, jump and toss. Now this lineup is going to land again where you plant for C long, right over here. Now if you're at CT, you're going to press yourself against this wall, line this edge with this edge of the wall, move to the left until you do, put your crosshair right here on the roof and lift it as high as I am now, lining it up the way that I am lining it up. Put your crosshair where it's supposed to be, jump and toss. Now this should land right in the open where you plant for C long, right over here. Now for Icebox, stand on top of this corner right over here. You're going to put your crosshair where I'm putting it now, and you're going to move forward just one step and then toss. That's going to land right on top of Nest right over here. Now if you want to play closer on A site, line yourself up with this line, look up to the ceiling and find this corner of the square, toss it, and it's going to bounce off the ceiling and right on the default plant spot up front on A site. Now if you want to delay a plant for A, now you're going to press yourself against this railing. You're going to find this line right here, and all you're going to do is move towards it, toss. That's going to go bounce off the wall and right in front of the default plant spot on A. Now if you're flanking from kitchen, go down right here on this Snowpile right in the corner. You're going to find this star and you're going to lift it up and line it up the way that I am, just in the middle of this next line right here. This star, lift it up in the middle, toss. This lineup should land right on the default plant spot right in front of B site. Now when you're playing CT, press yourself in the corner right over here. You're going to find a triangle of 3 stars. This star, this star, this star. This triangle, find the bottom of it, move to the middle, and lift it up as high as the middle of that triangle. Jump and toss. And this lineup is going to land exactly right up front on default plant. Now when you're playing split right at the bottom of the ramp, put yourself in that corner. You're going to put your UI where I'm putting it now. You're going to line it up with this corner and lift it up as high as where I'm lifting it now. As I'm showing you the lineup, put it right in the middle of those intersection and toss. This lineup is going to land exactly in front of this sign right in the middle in the open. And if you're playing A Heaven, go behind this garbage can right over here, press yourself right up front, put your crosshair on this edge of the arrow, pull it all the way down until you hit this carpet, jump and quickly toss. It's going to land exactly in front of this sign right in the open, right over here. Now if you're playing Mailroom at B Heaven, you're going to be right below the stairs right over here. You're going to put your crosshair on top of this yellow rope and toss. That's going to land right in the open plant spot on B side. Last thing we're going to look at right in spawn of B main entrance. You're going to press yourself in this corner. You're going to find this using your crosshair, lift it all the way up and line it up the way that I am lining it up now. Again, find that starting point right here and line it up as high as I am lining it up now. Put it, line it up, jump and toss. This lineup is going to land exactly on the open plant spot right over here. If you made it through the whole video and you are still sticking through the end, I appreciate it. There are still more guides to come, so if you want to improve your Valorant gameplay, make sure to look out for the next guide. If you want more guides now, make sure to check out my other guides on other agents as well, or for Kayo. If it helps, be sure to click that notification bell if you'd like to know when my next video is up. I'll see you on the next one, and remember to practice those lineups. See ya.